Hello there. Last week we watched a brand new Netflix movie from 2022 called Glass Onion. This week we are watching a brand new Netflix movie from 2022 called The Pale Blue Eye. It stars Christian Bale. That's the reason I'm watching this, because I saw Christian Bale. I'm just like, yes. Christian Bale. Yes. So the synopsis is a world-weary detective is hired to investigate the murder of a West Point cadet. Stymied by the Cadet's Code of Silence. Is stymied S-T-Y-M-I-E-D. I've never seen this word before. Stymied by the Cadet's Code of Silence, he enlists one of their own to help unravel the case. A young man the world would come to know as Edgar Allan Poe, who I'm pretty sure is an author. I did Google whether it's a true story because that's an actual person. No, it's a fictional story. The story is fictional, but Edgar Allan Poe is a real person, but he's also a character in this movie. Stymied means prevent or hinder the progress of. Stymied by the Cadet's Code of Silence. Right, the Cadet's Code of Silence hindered the investigation. Right, I get it now. Yes, I learned something new today. Anyway, let me watch this and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so that is a lot to unravel because the ending was something else. It's a very dark movie. I think this is the first time in a while that I've not spoken throughout the movie for one of these episodes of Movie Monday. I've always spoken my thoughts during the movie and after as well. I've literally not spoken since the start of the movie. I was into it. It's very old-fashioned and takes place, I think, in the 1800s. So very old-fashioned America. They talk very poshly, a bit like, you know, the royal family, I guess, that sort of talk. So yeah, there's all that. You get all the vibes of an old-fashioned movie. Christian Bale obviously is investigating a murder or two, and yeah. Let's just say, the only reason I'm not spoiling it is because it's a new movie. You get a lot of questioning and you meet a lot of characters throughout this movie, and you start to think of potential suspects, the way certain people act around certain people. You might have your theories. I certainly had my theories for sure about who it could be. It could be multiple people, it could be whatever. But when you actually find out at the end what really happened, what really happened, there's a big reveal scene. There's between the two main characters. At the end of the movie, Edgar Allan Poe, he goes to visit Christian Bale, and they have this conversation. And in this conversation, they finally find out. They finally uncover what happened, like who the killer was, the reasoning behind it, and everything. I'm just like, wow, I did not see that coming. First of all, I did not see that twist coming. And then second, the whole detail and context behind him, just like, oh, so this goes really deep. So let's just say, when you find out who the killer is, unless you're incredibly smart, or you've just seen the movie before, or you've read the book, because it's based on the book, unless you know the story, or you're just incredibly smart, when you find out who the killer is, you're probably going to be surprised. I was flabbergasted. I did not expect that at all. And then you find out the reasons behind it, and let's just say the reasoning in fact can be justified in terms of why these murders happened. Like what was the reason for these brutal murders? It actually turns out the reason is quite justifiable, especially in this movie and in that time for sure, and in any time really. There are reasons for the killings. They're not just maniacal, psychotic. They kind of are, but they're not. There's reasoning behind it. It's not just like, you know, they died for no reason, or there's a reason that these people were killed, and you find out that reason at the end of the movie as well. Yeah, this was a decent movie. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It was very interesting, trying to think about who killed this person. And then not only do you find out who the killer is, because this whole movie I was thinking, oh, they got to find this killer because clearly this killer's messed up. Then you find out who the killer is and you're like, oh my word. And then you find out why they did it and you're like, maybe this person isn't the bad person of the story. it's a story about investigating a killer, but it turns out the killer isn't the worst person in the movie. It's just like, wait, who's the villain here? But yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. This movie for me is a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I don't love it. I liked it. I just felt it was pretty good. It just wasn't a masterpiece. But the best part was the twist at the end, for sure. So yeah, I think this worked perfectly as a Netflix movie. I feel like in a cinema this wouldn't have been as epic. But yeah, it worked for me. It worked for me. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Didn't love it, but yeah, the reveal at the end, it made the movie, and it would really. The reveal is the best part of a mystery. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you